The BBC correspondent hit out at communications from the palace suggesting the Queen had remained in Windsor following the cancellation of a visit to Northern Ireland despite her being in hospital. The comments sparked the fury of BBC viewer Anne Buckingham, who forwarded the corporation a video in which she slapped down Nicholas Witchell for his coverage of the Queen's condition. Ms. Buckingham said, "Mr. Witchell, Her Majesty does not report to you. So it is not for you to decide what level of information regarding her medical status is proper or otherwise. And as per rumors and disinformation, irony is clearly not your strongest suit, is it? As for you, BBC, there is a gulf between what is in the public interest and what might be interesting to the public were they to be intrusive and prying. Do better, please." BBC News issued a statement in response to Ms. Buckingham's criticism, noting the Queen's role as head of state justified the expectation from Mr. Witchell for proper communications with Buckingham Palace. The corporation said, "As the UK's head of state, the Queen's health is a subject of significance to our audiences. In this instance, the significance of the reporting was not that we expect a running commentary on the Queen's health, but rather that Palace Communications had indicated the Queen was at Windsor Castle at the time when she was actually in hospital in London." In his original commentary, Mr. Witchell pointed out members of the press had been relying on Buckingham Palace to provide the British public with an update on Her Majesty's health following the decision to cancel the Northern Ireland visit. He said, "Quite difficult to read this. We were led to believe on Wednesday by Buckingham Palace that the Queen was resting at Windsor Castle. As we were being told by Buckingham Palace, and of course we were relaying that to our viewers and listeners and newspapers to their readers. In point of fact, she was undergoing what are now being described as preliminary investigations. We weren't given the complete picture then, and one can understand the palace's perspective on this. They would say that the Queen is entitled to patient confidentiality, to medical privacy, notwithstanding that she is the head of state and that millions of people in this country and around the world will be concerned. The problem, it seems to me, is that rumor and misinformation always thrives in the absence of proper, accurate and trustworthy information." Buckingham Palace earlier this week announced the Queen had been advised to slow down with her engagements and the decision was taken for her not to attend the COP26 summit in Glasgow. And on Friday, the palace further announced Her Majesty would take a 2-week break from all in-person duties after doctors ordered her to take another 2 weeks of rest. Following the latest advice, the Queen will no longer attend a major event on November 13 at the Royal Albert Hall hosted by a British military charity. But Her Majesty had a firm intention to be present at the main national service of remembrance for veterans on November 14, the palace said. A palace source said the Queen remained in good spirits and had recorded a video address for the COP26 delegates on Friday. Further rest was a sensible precaution, the source added.